Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do your monthly reading. It is for the month of May. It is May of 2025. Thanks so much for clicking here. We've got some oracles we're going to look at here. We're going to put these down for the overall energy, and then we're going to get some tarot out and we're going to clarify a little bit. This is your monthly reading, and so we're going to start with the archetype deck here. And the archetype deck is about feelings, your energy. It's about what mood you'll be in. And so this is the energy that you'll need to be in order to be able to endure the things that'll be thrown at you in May, basically. Pisces, let's find out what your energy is going to be for the month of May. Okay, well, this is a guide that dropped right out, didn't it? It says here, represents the nature of divine in life and in yourself. Represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. So I feel like you are going to be someone's guide. Represents the nature of divine in life and in yourself. Well, this could be somebody who's finally getting in touch with their guides. Could definitely be that. So I feel like you're going to be guided for some of you. For some of you, you're going to get in touch with your guides. For others of you, you are going to be the guide. Tell me about this here. Let's this deck here, I'm just going to talk about what the overall energy for the month is. So you're going to be in this guide energy. So either you're following a guide or you are a guide. But you're in this guided energy for you're being guided to do what's right. Whether you are the guide or you are someone who is following the guide. Tell me what else is going on for Pisces here. We've got here and now. We've got card number 32. I feel like where you are right now is a little bit uncomfortable. It feels like you've been waiting a really long time for something to go down or change. It feels like this here and now energy. You can see that as we look really closely here, we can see that this egg is more in the past than it is in the future. And so it feels like with card 32, there's a little bit of lack here. And it feels like somebody it says you are here on this little flag here. And I feel like you're just waiting, is what it feels like. I feel like the overall energy of the month, it feels like it is that you're in the here and now. And maybe it's not very comfortable to be in the here and now, but it also feels like something is about to change. You're about to move closer to your goal or what is in the future. There's movement here. We've got the thinker. That could be what is keeping you on the, further away from the future than you want to be. We've got time to go. Card number 44 and 45. So there is an ascension process going on here. We go from 44 to 45. And then there is a regeneration. So something here that has ended, I feel, is about to regenerate itself in a very different way. And it feels like that's why you are waiting. That's why you're waiting for something to take place, because it's not yet ready. Because we're thinking about it and it's almost time to go. The regeneration is here. Chaos and conflict. So when the regeneration is over, there will be a little bit of chaos, my friend, as things start to fall back into place after they fell apart. So I feel like it's the thinking that has you sort of trapped in the mind while all this is going on. And it could be like you're like, why aren't things moving? Why is everything still in the status of waiting? Now, I don't think you're going to have to wait the whole month, because we still got more cards to pull, but I feel like this is how you come into the month. Bottom of the deck says mentor, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So for some of you, you could be the guide, right? You could be. All right. This time I'm going to put these cards down for the beginning, middle, and the end of the month. And then we're going to clarify these to find out what's going on here. Tell me about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Pisces. Tell me about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got fulfillment of wishes. So look, it's coming, Pisces. I'm going to say, I know you don't want to hear it, but I feel like it's something you just need to be patient with. because you're in the here and now. And what you don't see is maybe you're feeling a lack because you're closer. You feel like, maybe it's not the truth, but you feel like you're closer to the past than you are to the future. And I think it's really just because you're overthinking this thing here. But I feel like the fulfillment of wishes is coming. It is showing up this month. And I think it's showing up soon, sooner than you think it is. We have intuition, which is the High Priestess energy. Look at it's showing up here. We've got card 17, which is the healing. I feel like somebody's going through healing. So this is Love Begins. So we are looking possibly at maybe what's on your mind for the month of May is, where is it, Elsie? You keep saying it's coming. Where is it, Elsie? I feel like you're being guided, Pisces, to the right place. And I feel like it is probably going to come together by the end of the month here. But it feels like there is someone that is healing. It could be you. It doesn't have to be them. It could be them, though. Look, spiritual union, and there's a temptation here. Spiritual strength. Someone feels tempted by you. Somebody is trying to heal themselves so they can, I want to say, so they can reach up to you. Look, this is your energy here, right? You're the High Priestess. And it feels like somebody might be feeling as though you're unreachable, or I don't think it's unapproachable, but what I think is somebody really respects your station, if that makes sense. Question mark? You know what I mean? Like if you are the High Priestess, you're the seer, you're the psychic one, you're the empath, you're the person who feels other people's energy. It feels like somebody here is really respectful of that. And it feels like somebody's going through a healing process. So, and it could be someone who is a thinker. It could be someone who is an emperor. We got fours, but also someone who's a thinker. Look, we have 444. It could be someone who's trying to get stability of the mind. Could be a Virgo. We've got 45, which is a 9. But it feels like someone feels as though they have to heal themselves before they can come into spiritual union, because they feel like you're the big dog, right? They feel like you're the one who can see through them. They know they can't lie to you. They know you're psychic. Like it feels like they know that they have to come correct to you. All right, let's get some tarot on it. What's going on here, Pisces? Now, the fulfillment of wishes doesn't just have to be love. Love begins at the end of the month, but it feels like the fulfillment of wishes is something that is showing up first. So that could be anything, right? It could be something that you've been manifesting or hoping for. It could be a guide. That could be the fulfillment of wishes, that maybe you're going to get in touch with a guide who's going to say, cool your jets, something is showing up. Tell me about Pisces. Tell me about this fulfillment of wishes here. Because I feel like probably in the first week and a half or two, you're going to see some sort of wish fulfillment here. Got the 9 of Wands. It's right around the corner, Pisces. That's what it feels like. It's right around the corner. So whatever the fulfillment of wishes is, and for all of you, it is not love. For some of you, it's other things. Tell me about the 9 of Wands. We've got the Hierophant. So for some of you, it is, I want to say, becoming structurally sound in your life. It could be you're building traditions, you're learning doctrines, you're making your own doctrine possibly. But the Hierophant is structure, it's tradition, it's learning a lesson. You could be someone who's going to school. It feels like this wish fulfillment, whatever it is, card number 9, and then we have a 9 here, and this is a 5. We have a 5 here. So you could be seeing 5s, 9s, and 4s. You see we've got double numbers going on, right? So you could be being notified by the universe via numbers at this time, or your guide. It could be the guide that is like, wake up, Pisces. It's coming. It feels like, I want to say that whatever your wish fulfillment is structurally sound. And it does feel like it is possibly for some of you because of this guide. It could be it's what's around the corner is you are about to realize that you are not your thoughts, but you are the seer of those thoughts. That's the Hierophant. The Hierophant's realizing that they have the higher self. And the higher self is not the thoughts that come in and out of your mind. It's the watcher of those thoughts. I hope that makes sense. That's the higher self. The higher self is watching you make decisions. It's the being that is inside the body. we've got the King of Pentacles. For some of you, this wish fulfillment is about a job, about money, more pay, stability. Possibly you're buying a house. It feels like something you're going to be flourishing, I'm going to say, in the month of March. In the month of May. In the month of May, you're going to be flourishing and getting better stability. Look, these are both really strong cards that are about stability. The Hierophant and the King of Pentacles, because they're both Taurus, right? You could have a Taurus placement. You don't have to. But for some of you, maybe your wish fulfillment is a Taurus. But the Nine of Wands here is telling me that something is like right around the corner. And you're about ready to give up on it because it's been taking so long. It feels like you're closer to the past than you are to the future, but I feel like your intuition is about to notify you of something different from that. We have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the King of Pentacles. Each pentacle, that's a decision. It feels like someone is making a decision that actually works out in your favor. And the King of Pentacles, understand, is just things that are really growing. It's you know, the kings are masters of their domain. It feels like you're mastering your finances, or you are being noticed at work for mastering a skill that is going to bring in more money, possibly. This could even be that if you're a business owner, it could be that you're about to get more business and it's going to make you a little more financially stable, where you can build better structures. And the wish fulfillment for sure is around the corner. Tell me about this intuition, please. Intuition for Pisces. Intuition and the here and now. I think that I feel like for some of you, I feel like you are still asking the universe, where's mine? But I think you know. I think you're intuitively, you know that it's on the way. Tell me about this. And it feels so close, and that's why you keep asking the universe, well, where is it then? Because the Judgment card is already here, and I think you feel that. We have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is like, I feel like it's telling me to tell you to brace yourself. Get some sturdy footing here, because something's about to go down. Because the Judgment card is here, and so is the Queen of Swords. It feels like there is some truth that is going to be said. For some of you, it could be about the Ace of Cups. Somebody who is confused is no longer confused, it feels like. We have 8 cups here. Somebody who's been very detached for a while, which could account for the Queen of Swords. I feel like this intuition, I feel like you've really got to be honest with yourself, with your intuition here, that there is logic and reason that you also have to use with your intuition in order to figure out what's coming in the future. And this is where it falls off for some people, because detachment is necessary to get the things that you wish for. Detachment is necessary for your wish fulfillment. In order to get what you want, you need to let it go. You need to not need it. The universe wants you to not need it. And so I feel like Judgment is here, and it's been going so slow, but your intuition is on fire, saying it's right around the corner. And I think that it is, because Judgment here is about something coming back round. Whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. So you know that this thing is coming back round for you, and your intuition is on high. But I feel like your intuition is very sharp, I want to say. And the thing is that right now is just not the time for it, but you know that it's arriving, so it's making you just a little bit crazy. I think you're going to get it, whatever it is for you. You're going to get it in the month of May, whether that is the job or the raise or your business, or the business that you're in is going to flourish. More clients. It feels like it's a growth phase for you here. And for some of you, it might be about love. Let's talk about that. Tell me about love begins. It's the Ace of Swords. Ooh, the Knight of Swords. And the Justice. Ooh, the Tower's here. Okay, so for some of you, that's what's going down. So for some of you, it is the financial, the stability, the sturdiness. Somebody here is maybe going to school. You might be saying, someone might be telling you you're getting a grant to go to school and learn some things about spirituality. Possibly you want to be clergy. It could be that. And it's time for you to take a step forward here. I feel like the universe is going to tell you when that step forward is coming. But we do have the Tower and the Judgment card. And that's a major shift in your life. It's a major awakening and a major truth that's coming through. And I think it's going to shake you to your core, to be honest, because the Seven of Wands is here. It feels like you're not going to believe it. It's going to shake you to your core. And then all of a sudden it's go time. And all the things that you said you wanted and what you would do with it if it showed up, it's like now you have to do it. And I feel like the Tower is what's shaking you down. It's freaking you out just a little bit. Yeah, because the speed at which these things are going to happen is what is going to freak you out. You go from this place where nothing was going on in your life. Maybe I'm not saying nothing was going on in your life, but it feels like you were in some sort of comfort zone. And then all of a sudden, the Tower shows up at the Chariot and it's go time. Now we have to go, go, go is what it feels like. So for some of you, I said, like, what's coming back around? Maybe you're going to get called by that job that you never thought. You thought that this interview it was just off. It just was bad. They're never going to call me back. And they call you back. So it's something that you didn't think would ever happen, and it's happening rapidly. We've got Love Begins, we've got the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords, which tells me that there is some sort of message that's coming in for you quickly here that is going to restore your faith. It's going to restore your faith in your intuition, that your intuition is about to be recognized, or you're about to recognize that what you knew was coming is exactly what is showing up. For some of you, that's love. For some of you, that's work. For some of you, for all of you, it's the Tower and the Judgment card. It's the realization that my intuition was telling me that whatever's meant for me will never pass me by. And I was worrying and fretting that it was never going to show up, but it does show up at the end of the month. And for some of you, it is definitely love. All right. I like it. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you some advice from this fairy deck here. Let's talk about that. For Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, give some advice for Pisces, please. Advice for Pisces. Advice for Pisces. For some of you, you're meeting the mentor this month, and it could be in the work situation I was talking about. It says lost and found. What was once lost? What? What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the lost and found fairy. Didn't know there was a fairy at the lost and found. It says, sometimes she can help us find things we never realized were lost. The lost and found. Look, I think you thought you lost it, and it's about to show up, and it's going to blow your mind. Let's get one more. We've got journey. So you're about to go on a journey, friend. It says it's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. For some of you, it could literally mean that you're going on a trip. But I think that for some of you, this is like in the journey of life. That could be a trip, right? It feels like that energy here. At the bottom of the deck, we have music. It says, listen carefully, for there may be a message in music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. For those of you who are clairaudient, possibly, but look, a lot of you are clairaudient and you don't understand that you are. Music doesn't just show up in your mind just because music shows up in your mind. I mean, you have one song that goes on in your head over and over. It's like the thing that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend. It's like sometimes you get a song in your head, and there are sometimes, not all the time. Well, for me, it's all the time. If you're clairaudient, it is. You get messages. I usually, if I get a song and I have a few words of a song, I'll go Google the lyrics so I can read the whole song because there's a message for me there. So I feel like that's what's happening to you this month as well, Pisces. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. Have a fabulous May. And I'll be back because I'm always back. I love you guys. Bye-bye.